my channel. My name is Sissy Emi. If this is your first time here, welcome. I love you. Make sure you subscribe. Click the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. You get to see all my videos. I do recipes. I do beauty. There's nothing I don't do. I am a jack of all trades and hopefully a master at most of what I do. So make sure you click the subscribe button. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing my first official Q&A, like my first Q&A, like first ever Q&A. I did my a tag a few videos ago that's like invade my privacy tag, and everybody was like, Susie, what are you doing? What's all this? This is not the real question we want to ask you. So I put a question on Instagram and I was like, do you know what? Ask me your most burning questions, because I know a lot of you are very curious about different things. So ask me your questions, and I got about 45 questions, I think. So I'm going to be answering most of them today. You guys are very curious, and that's okay, because I'm curious too about all the other YouTubers I subscribe to. So let me go into my phone and answer your questions. The first question is from Tito. He's a YouTuber as well, a Nigerian YouTuber. And he said, hi Sissy, when and how did you and your husband meet? Also, with all his energy, which of you does Tito take after? Because you're both chilled out, but my homeboy Tito is a force of nature. You know, say when you born Peking go resemble one person, and Tito actually is a combination of me and Yomi. Yomi, you see him as calm, but when he's in his comfort zone, he's not calm at all. And I know some of you might think I'm chilled, but I'm not at all. Tito is the perfect representation of both of us. That's just the truth. I am typically hyper in my space, and Yomi is hyper in his space as well. So we have energy, but Yomi has more energy than me. So don't let his calm looks fool you. He has more energy, and that's where Tito gets most of his energy from. The second question is from Dia Heads. It says, how many siblings have you got? I have got 3 siblings. You've met only, I think you've actually met all 3 of them. There's Fumi, she lives in Warri. She has 2 kids and she's an awesome baker. She makes amazing cakes. If you live in Warri, Delta State, you should check her out. She makes the best cakes. And then there's Shade. She lives in the UK and she's still single. I don't know if she's ready to mingle, but that's that about Shade. You met her like, she was around like, I think January, February, she was around then. And then there's Uncle Junior, which you guys know a lot. Uncle Junior is not around. He has gone back to his duty post, so he's not around, at least for now. So I have 3 siblings. Another question is from Radiant TK, and it says, people that follow you on your vlogs know almost everything about you. Oh yeah, tell me, one thing you make effort to keep away from the public eye. One thing I make effort, I am very disorganized. If you go into my room, not the room I share with my husband, because I have my own junk room. If you go into that room, it is filled with all sorts of junk, very disorganized. And I have tried all my life to be organized, but I organize my room and I start looking for something like a pin, something. I look for one thing and the whole room just scatter, and I don't understand what happened again. So I spend days arranging the room, and then in one moment I scatter everything again. So I can be very, very disorganized, and that's something I'm still working on. And I don't want people to know that I'm disorganized, but since I've told you, if you come, you understand. If you enter that room, what you see is what you get. Femi Girl says, if I gave you 10 million, what would you do with it? If you gave me 10 million, what I'll do with it? Okay, I think I will go and invest in a property, maybe buy land, start building. 10 million can do that. Save a bit and invest a bit of that in real estate. That's what I'll do with 10 million right now, like 10 million. Oh. Femi Girl also, she said, are you trying for twins? This is a very hot question, because people around me know that I think I want twins. I think I want twins, and that's because I was calculating my age and I was like, see, if I have to get pregnant, let's say 2 more times before I get my 3 children, that's a lot of work. Why can't we just make it 1 pregnancy, two children? Like, I feel I would like that, even though I know it's going to be a lot of hard work taking care of twins. But I just feel it's just do this pregnancy thing again, just 1 more time and get 2 children out of it. So yeah, I think I like the idea of twins. I've actually been wishing for twins, but someone told me that twins don't come to people that desire them. So I don't know about that. Femi Girl again asked, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you choose? To be honest, if I could live anywhere in the world, I would still live in Lagos, Nigeria, but the conditions will be different. I want to be a billionaire because, so that I can travel anywhere I want, but still come back home to my country. I love Nigeria, I love Lagos, and with money, you can actually have a good life here. So I would just want more money, but I would love to live in Lagos, Nigeria. Yemi Breeze asks, what inspires you? What inspires me? I just think life, and I think I always think about the end picture, like the end goal. Like when I'm 80 years, when I'm 100 years old, what do I want to look back and think about? What do I want my children to think about their mom? That's what keeps me motivated. That's what inspires me, because I'm always like, I need to leave a legacy for my children and for my family. So that is my major inspiration. Another question is from Tolu Oloye. And the question is, do you feel unhappy once in a while? Because I feel for you, life is rosy. Life is rosy. Have you been watching this vlog from last year? Life is definitely not rosy. The truth about social media is sometimes, most of the time, we post pictures that are our best photos, our best angles, best filters, everything. Our life is very filtered on social media. You don't really see people coming out to tell you all the struggles they face. So my life is not rosy. It's just there are some perks that come with the kind of job that I do. So it makes it look like I'm living the life. But yes, I'm living the life of my dreams, but it is definitely not rosy. I have sad days, very unhappy days. I have days that I'm depressed. You know when you say depressed, I have those days. But like I say, I always try to get out of that mode as soon as I can, because that mode is not good for you to survive. Don't ever look at like someone in the public eye and be like, man, their life is rosy. You don't know what's in the apple. You don't know. You see some people, they come out, they say so many things, oh this, oh that, oh this, oh that. Don't let celebrities deceive you. Me, I've learned firsthand from a lot of them. You see a lot of them living rosy lives, but the things that happen in the background, you're not going to wish out for your enemy. You're not going to even say, man, I wish I was like this. So take your life as it is and don't think people have rosier lives than you, because the grass always looks greener on the other side. That's just life. Femi Girl again is asking, are you a is it Novare or Novermol ambassador? I am not, but it would be nice if I was. Novermol, contact me. Yemi Breeze asks again, before the CCME brand, what were you doing and what inspired or birthed CCME? Before CCME, I was just a student, so I was just living the regular life. I was a student, and I decided to express myself on my blog because I had at that moment a lot of funny stories, and I used to write a lot. So at that time, people would come to my blog and read my funny stories, my experiences, and then when I gave birth to Tito, I started vlogging, and so those two moments in my life, boredom brought about the CCME blog, and motherhood and a change of life, everything brought about the vlogs. Another question is from Blissful Bless, one of my favorite people, and she said, have you ever felt offended by comment or compliment by subscribers or generally? Yeah, definitely, yeah. You want me to lie? I cannot lie. Once in a while, I get offended because sometimes, you know, as bloggers, we share our lives on social media, but some people take that opportunity to just annoy you and ask some questions that are just annoying, or say things that are just annoying. The fact that I share my life on social media does not give you the 100% access to say things that you shouldn't say to me. Things that if me and you saw face to face, if I tell you to catch me outside, you cannot say to me. So once in a while, I get offended. But I think I'm lucky because I have a lot of subscribers that are awesome. So you people don't annoy me. It's just once in a while we see those people come, and after a while they give their life to Jesus and they join the love train. Jaga Beauty, one of my favorite people also, she says, how do you balance it all plus find time to cook all those amazing meals? I think balance sometimes is not possible. I just think once in a while I get it right. So you know when you're balancing is like this. At one point it will stay. Then you start going again. It will not stay. That's how it is for me. I don't think I balance it properly, but I try, and that comes from planning and organization. So I think I'm going to do a video based on that, how I plan my week, how I plan my meals to make sure my family eats, even though I'm busy. Again, Femi girl has a lot of questions. She's like, when will you do a meet and greet? I want to greet you. I keep thinking about when I'll do a meet and greet. I just feel when that time comes, I will know, and you guys will know. I just feel it's not yet time yet. I don't want to do a meet and greet that is just a come and see my face. You see my face all the time, so it has to be a meet and greet that will add value to you and will add value to me also. So I just don't want a everybody come and see my face, nothing to offer. No, I want to offer you something while you come for a meet and greet. So hopefully something big happens soon that will make a meet and greet possible. But you guys meet me and greet me all the time, like when I see you like in malls and everything. So that's, for me, that's always like a mini meet and greet. Anytime I go out to the meet and greet. Somebody said, Yadi. She said, good evening, ma. Do you remember one time during the vlog you said something happened but you weren't going to talk about it until later? And when you finally talked about it, we would know. Well, I'm just curious to know what it was that happened. Well, I'm going to share about that later on. You know, there's some things that happen to you, like it takes a while before you can emotionally be able to talk about it, like before you can be strong enough to talk about it. And I don't think I'm at that point yet where I can talk about what happened to me. So it might take a while, but I will definitely share when I've gotten over it, because there's no point talking about it if I've not gotten over it. It will just be adding more stress to my life. So when I've gotten over it, strong enough to talk about it, I will talk to be able to share, to help people who have perhaps gone through that experience. Femi girl again is asking, what vlogger would you love to meet? I think my favorite vlogger is Patricia Bright. Everybody knows my favorite is Patricia Bright. I love all the other vloggers, but she has been number one on my list for a very long time. She was the first vlogger I was actually watching like 6-7 years ago, and I've watched her consistently over the years. And maybe because the fact that she's Nigerian, I can relate to her, that Nigerian blood, but she's my favorite. Another question, and it's by Cass Shops, and this question is actually by a lot of people, so I will just summarize it as, what does Bobo do for a living? What Bobo does for a living is actually very interesting, and I asked him about it. He said he would like to do a video on what he does, like a day in the life of Bobo. I think that's what you people would like, but just so you know, he works in the medical field. But if you want to know what he does for a living, we're going to do a video about a day in the life of Bobo. Another question is for I am Miriam MB. How did you know this would be your passion, and what was the process to discovering yourself? To be honest, I wouldn't say I'm one of those people that knew what they wanted to do in their lives. I was a very confused teenager. At one point, I thought I wanted to be a musician, but I discovered I did not have the voice. I was not blessed with the voice. At another point, I thought I wanted to be a model, but I was very short, so I couldn't be a model. Another time, I thought I was going to be an actress, but I did not see myself in that position. I don't think I'm good at acting. And at one point, I thought I could be a writer, but I quickly realized that I don't think writing is for me. So there were so many times I've gone through so many things. Even the courses I studied in school, I started by studying medicine, and then I left medicine and I went to mass communication. At one point, I wanted to study economics, and when I was in my master's, I wanted to do HR. See, very, very confused. But I think blogging helped me discover who I really am, because it was like a mirror that was reflecting. And I'm so happy that right now my full-time job is blogging or vlogging. So I am so happy about it, because if you asked me 5 years ago, I never thought this was possible, or there was a career called blogging and vlogging that you can actually live off of. So I am not one of those people that had it figured out, that studied, and I'm not one of those people. It was just little steps and little dots connecting to get me to where I am now. This question is from Sweet Pinky, and it says, when will Tito be a big brother? Nah, Tito will be a big brother in God's own time. I feel when that time is right, it will happen, and Tito will be an amazing big brother. Well, I hope he won't be jealous, Sha. This other question is, Hade by Shakira. Sorry, the name is very long. Have you started trying for another baby? I wouldn't say I have been trying. I wouldn't say I've not been trying. Let's just see how it goes. Lokpemi says, hello ma, how are you able to combine work and family and still keep fit? If you have a toddler, you will be fit. If you are pushing that toddler up and down, you will be fit. I'm very busy, so I think that's the only way for me to be fit. I don't do exercise, I don't work out. So I guess that's the only activity I do, running up and down, chasing my child, and being very active, like going about to events and everything. Those things help you keep fit, even though I'm not like going to the gym. The Only Mate says, what do I need to do to promote my vlog? Okay, to promote your vlog, you just need to be consistent, upload quality videos that add value to people's lives. Once people come and watch something they want to see, and they see you keep doing it time and time again, they will come. This question is by Rahila. It says, are you pregnant? The thing about this pregnancy, it looks like you guys are excited for me to be pregnant. Pregnancy not be something where if you happen then you hide. You cannot hide pregnancy. If I gave a level, I don't know. The first time I was pregnant, you people knew. You were even the first to know that I was pregnant, because at that stage I didn't even know I was pregnant. And people were like, see me your nose, see me your eyes, see me your, and I was like, what are they seeing that I'm not seeing? And that was how I did a pregnancy test and knew I was pregnant. You guys were the one that let me know I was pregnant. So if the belly come, if I get belly, you not go hide. You will surely see it as time goes. Changes will begin to occur that we cannot obviously deny. If we have to go by the first pregnancy that I had, you will know that I'm not one of those people that can hide the pregnancy. Another question is by Lawiti, and it says, is natural hair as nice looking as it is portrayed to be? Is all the stress really worth it, or is it only pretty in pictures? I think natural hair is beautiful. It's just sometimes it's difficult to style if you've not sat down to study your hair. It can be difficult to style, which is why you see a lot of people walking about with jaga hair in the name of natural hair. But natural hair is beautiful. A well-groomed natural hair is always beautiful to look at. Very healthy, very luscious. This question is from Chichi Live. Hello Chichi. How do you see yourself balancing it all with 2 or more children? I remember when I had one and life seemed easier. Now with one extra, coupled with other things, it's not an easy something. Well, I've been thinking about it a lot too, because I'm like, even this one child is difficult to balance. So if I have 2 children, how would it be? And I've asked a lot of my friends that have 2 kids, and I keep asking, how is it like with 2 children? How is it like with 3 children? But I guess it's one of those things that when you get to that bridge, you'll cross, because you never really know how well you're going to do till you get there. I just feel if you have more children, you start being more organized. Do you understand? Because you know you have to make things work. So you start being more organized, which is basically what I think I'm going to do when that time comes. But it gives me sleepless nights. It's Kefa says, your hair, please can you give us details? A lot of people ask this question, so that will be a summary question. This hair is a wig and it's by Game of Froze on Instagram. So check them out and request for the CCMA wig, CCMA Afro wig. This question is from Crown Stand, and it says, how did you date Bobo for 10 or 11 years without getting bored? I mean 10 whole years. Can you share tips, please? Thank you. How were you sure you were going to end up together? Many people I know like you, the guy would just wake up one day and say the lady is too old for them, so they will look for a younger girl. I think this question is like so many questions in one, and I think this question deserves its own video. But I would just say a summary is, how did I date him for 10, 11 years without getting bored? I mean, he's a pretty interesting character, so there was no boredom, and our lives kept changing, evolving. We were dating in Nigeria, he traveled to the Caribbean, where I went to UK, we did long distance, I came back to Nigeria, he came back to Nigeria, I came back to Nigeria, like, then he went again. So our lives have not been the same, oh, we stay in one place, we see each other every day, no. I think the long distance makes it interesting, different changes. Yeah, we were dating for about 10, 11 years before we actually got married. So that was, you know what, this is another video, don't let me start. Don't let me begin, because we not go live here today. Femi girl, every time I see you out, you're always rushing, so I cannot say hi to you. Why are you always rushing? I don't know. Why am I always rushing? I don't know. Because when I go out, it is with a plan to get something. And I don't like wasting time outside, because the more I waste time, traffic, everything. So I'm always so focused on what I'm going to get. So maybe if you see me at the mall, I'm not just going to be walking like this, swag, movement. No, I know where I'm going, and I quickly rush to get it. So perhaps that's why it looks like I'm always rushing. I gotta go. I have a goal I have to meet, so no time for walking slowly and lounging. This question is from Yemzi Breeze, and it says, would you like to have a food business someday? Oh, people have asked me this question so many times. And there's something I want to say. And it might come as chorus as strange. I don't like cooking. The reason I cook is because I like eating good food. I am that person that when I can afford it, I'm going to pay for a chef to cook me breakfast, lunch, dinner. But it's just that I know I cannot afford it right now. So, and I know I have a kind of taste, the kind of way I want my food to taste, which is why I cook. So I cook because I like food too much. That's why I cook. So if they say having a food business, I don't think I could have like a restaurant or anything like that, unless I just have that money and want to have a restaurant or I don't think I'll be there to, to be cooking or to be a caterer, that kind of thing. I don't think I can do that one. I can do other forms of the cooking business. There's so many businesses you can do in food. You can be a food photographer, you can be a food presenter, you can do so many things with food. So maybe those other options, but let's say when you say food business, I'm thinking of the Nigerian terms of food business. Not really. This question is from Uwa Yemen, and it says, how do you combine being a mom, blogging, vlogging? I've been meaning to start a blog for months, but I can't balance mommy duties and all that. Maybe you can share your experience. I think the thing is, that makes it possible for me is support, because my husband is supportive. So sometimes when I need to film and he's around, he will take care of the baby. If you are not in a place where you can get support, it can be difficult. There are some days that I'm like, do you know what? Because of my internet in my house is not so strong, there are some days I have to drive out to ShopRite or somewhere, and he will really want to take me there and wait with me, wait for the video to upload, or just sometimes maybe I'm editing a video and I forgot to cook, he will help himself to breakfast or something. So the support is how I manage to balance everything. I used to have a lot of support, maybe sometimes when Uncle Junior was around, my sister, anybody, I get support like that. But it's not easy balancing it all. I just feel you have to kind of sacrifice some time, and you have to organize your time. So sometimes I wait for everybody to go to bed before I start editing my videos. I stay up late, and because this is what I do full time, it's kind of easier for me. So I stay up late. Sometimes I don't sleep till 3 a.m. and then I don't wake up till 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So that's the way my life is set up, and that's why I can do what I'm doing right now. So I think it's just a matter of finding what works best for you, looking at your situation, and assessing how you can make life easy for yourself. But I feel you should start blogging. Anybody that wants to blog, I will always encourage them to do so. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy this Q&A. I actually enjoy answering them. If you have questions, more questions, leave them in the comment section, and I think I'll be doing this Q&A frequently, and I'll come back to this video to pick questions from here to do my next Q&A. Also, I have a giveaway on my channel right now, and it is in the recipe section, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out that recipe. It's going to be a beef stir-fry recipe with a giveaway attached. Don't forget to subscribe to this video so that you see more videos from me, recipe, beauty, lifestyle, everything Lagos. So if you're interested, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!